question. I mean, question answer. If you have questions, or if you can answer something, then we would definitely love to interact. So, Silu, is the time? Are we ready for the?
Yes, ma'am. We are ready and we can start right now. Guys, please be in mute during the meeting. After the meeting, we can have Q&A session. Okay? Please be muted during the seminar. Yeah.
Okay. So, with the blessing of Ma Saraswati, my parents and my grandparents, here is a topic for you this Sunday. That's about mindful versus mindful. It seems almost similar, but that's a hell and heaven difference between both the state of your mind. Now, introducing the subject in a very simple way is, so here you are. So if you realize a little truth, that body is always present. Body cannot be in past or future. So present always means gift. So since body is in present, it is a gift to us. But hardly our mind is in the present. It hovers, ruminates either in the future or in the past. Very less people have their mind and body in the present, which is known as sannyasa, samanyasa. When the mind and body does not have any conflict, they are one. They are at the present, enjoying the gift of consciousness in bounty. So most of the time, we are struggling. We are in conflict, the mind-body conflict. So what are the conflicts we usually go through? Person versus person, person versus self, person versus society, person versus nature, person versus supernatural, even God. We also have a conflict with Ishvara, and even also with technology. And the maximum mind we have is when we are having conflict with our own self, when we are trying to adjust ourselves and our internal comfort by mind. When our internal comfort is directed by mind and totally taken care by mind, then this is the result, because we actually are shifting so many thoughts at the same time and making a lot of mind. Really, it's very difficult to handle so much of mind at one stage. So what happens? The person who is never in the present, ruminating in the past with guilt. So those who live in the past, they slowly develop these kind of mind. If you ruminate in your past, not only you develop diabetes, but you develop guilt, regret, grievances, sadness, bitterness, non-forgiveness. So these are the few mind types, or I would say the quality of mind will contain this. If these are your quality, you are ruminating in your past. And if you have too much of future, if you are uneasy, you are anxious, you are tensed, you are stressed, you are worried, and there are all forms of fear. If there is fear, then you are ruminating or you are in the future. So how do you know whether you are in future or in the past? So if you have these kind of mind and these kind of thoughts, be sure you are not a gift, you are not in present, or you are not a gift. So it's very often seen that those who are in past, they have diabetes mellitus. So guilt, regret, grievance, sadness, bitterness, non-forgiveness is the cause of diabetes mellitus. Forget about your glycemic index and so many things which is related to the scientific background. But here it is, for which you are suffering from a chronic disorder. And think about when you are in future, because you are in future with these kind of thought processes. you lead to hypertension, blood pressure. Very simple. If you are in future, blood pressure. If you are in past, it is diabetes. So it's very famous quote from the 6th chapter and the 6th verse of Gita. For one who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. Now the question of conquer has come. So mind is something which has to be thought about, because if there is a war and there is conquer, so it's high time from childhood itself we should be taught about this war. But for one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the greatest enemy. You have to, it is your friend or it is your enemy, totally depends on your experience with your seniors, with your gurus who have taught you about mind management. So this is a very nice, simple tagline brought to you so that you remember this. When mind belongs, brain prolongs. When your mind is within you, not in past, not in future, in the present, then comes the work of the brain. And from the brain, as you know, your body is controlled by the brain, your mind is from the brain. So brain is the seed from which the mind and body are related. So when your mind is within yourself, in the present, you have a wonderful brain. Your brain becomes conscious of so many other things, so many better things, as if it seems as if you have never seen such thing. Every time your mind belongs to you, your brain shows you miracles in your life. So where does the mind belong? Have you ever seen a clock without this 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Eka Brahma Dutiya Nasti. So there's no time. And all of you know, timeless mind can give you an ageless body. So each and every, if you can make a clock like this and hang it, and every part of the clock says now, now, mind belongs to now. It never belongs to any other part of the time. So if the mind belongs to now, where are we? If this is a simple person with a pet moving around, and look at, this is mindful. You are filled with so many information so that you are not a gift. You cannot take a gift at that moment, that is nature at that moment. Or anything comes to you at that moment is alien to you. Maybe even Ishvara might be coming to meet you, you do not know because you are mindful. But the moment you become in the present and the moment you are in now, your mind, you develop something called mindful, that is staying in the present and enjoying the present. And every present is a present for you. So how do you start to become mindful? As all of us know, that mind is the speediest vehicle under the sun, more speedier than any rocket. And it is given to a body which has hardly a speed of walking or a running, say maximum 20 kilometers per hour. And mind is running at a speed of, say, at light speed 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So such a speedy vehicle is harbored in us. So if you have a high speedy vehicle, you have a parking place for it. Now this vehicle of yours, which can give you wonders, show you wonders, give you so many things, you have to park it well. So where do you park your mind? The best way to park your mind, which is having so much of velocity, so much of speed, is to again to park it on a place which has a velocity. And the best way of parking it is on your breath. Easiest. Mindful breathing is the best way to be in now. So there are few steps. Many people ask me, what is the difference between meditation and mindfulness? Meditation is a skill. It is like the ABCD, but the poetry is mindfulness. When you learn meditation, you learn to be mindful. So it is the basics to be mindful. So the beginning of Mindfulness. The beginning of mindfulness.
You unmute. Yeah. Mute and talk. Ma'am, press the unmute button and talk. Yeah.
Yes, I've unmuted. So now the question comes, this is your full mind and this is staying in the present, that is your mindfulness. Now, how to become mindful? Mind is with a speed of so high speed. Where do you park your mind? The best place to park your mind is on your breath. So, breathing has three parts: inspiration, breath holding, and expiration. If you can breathe mindfully, you start your first lesson of mindfulness. To be in now, these are the few steps you can do. That is, breathe in, breathe out, feel the flow of the breath so that you are now. Pay attention to all your senses. For example, notice the taste, texture of food, that is being mindful. Take a few moments to be still. Just be still, don't move. That is also being mindful. And as soon as your mind wanders, you try to bring it back. That is also being mindful. Practice non-judgmental listening. This is also kind of mindfulness. Be aware of every daily activity, driving, texting, cleaning. When you are aware of everything, that is mindfulness. When you are around with nature, walking very mindfully, enjoying the cool breeze, the aroma, everything around you, smile, that is mindfulness. Forgive yourself for every negative thought. When you forgive yourself, you are mindful. When you are grateful, when you say thank you to nature, people, or anything, you are mindful. Go easy on yourself. With time, you will see the progress of mindfulness. You do not need a place, a protective place like what you do in meditation to be mindful. Just be where you are. So mindfulness gives you what? Mindful, which I showed you in the previous, when your mind is full, it is you are unconscious, as if you have been anesthetized. You do not know where you are. But when you are in the present, when you are not anesthetized, what you really gain is acceptance. You accept everything as it is, the so be it principle, the present moment where you are, and the awareness, yes, I am alive. I have a beautiful story of acceptance for you, which I would love to share with you. This is my one of my understanding regarding the highest level of acceptance. Jesus Christ, was a simple shepherd who taught love and forgiveness. That man had to be crucified. He had many questions in the path of Lord. How can one be crucified? Then in the moment of crucifixion, he asks, why me, Lord? Then he realizes, if this is your wish, so be it. This is highest level of acceptance and highest level of mindfulness. When you accept things, whether pain or pleasure or whatever, this is the highest level of acceptance, and acceptance is mindfulness. When you don't accept, your mind is full, the way I showed you. When you're aware, that is mindfulness. You're aware of everything 360 degree, you're mindful. When you're in the present moment and what is happening around you, you are totally enjoying it. That's mindfulness. Now, how do we depict symbolically a mindful person? It's taken as a Purna Kumbha, which is a very auspicious sign in our day-to-day activities in Hindu family. What does it show? Anything which is filled up cannot be filled anymore. So a Purna Kumbha, suppose you are filled up with mindfulness, you have been totally in now, nothing from outside can enter you. So you become auspicious. When you become mindful or you become totally aligned with your now body and mind, you are the most auspicious person under the sun. Then and when you become auspicious, you become an avatar. And what is an avatar? An avatar is a person, sorry, he's an alchemist. I am an alchemist because he can make anything from anything. I'm wealthy and generous. I'm love, I'm inspiring. I'm intuitive and psychic, I'm inquisitive. I'm authentic, I'm spiritual. I am free spirit, I'm imaginative. I am powerful, I'm successful. I am a visionary, I am flexible and passionate. I am creative, I am pioneer. So this is what you're going to experience, for which I said, live long. Don't get bored with life. The more and more mindful you become, more and more you stay in the present, this is what you're going to experience the way Krishna experienced his whole life. In spite of all the hurdles from his childhood till his death, he never had anything other than smile. It is avatara or a mindful person who knows to laugh at both the ends of a thing. Whether it is this end or that end, he has a smile on his face. So the ultimate level of mindfulness is being present without judgment in every moment. You are present without judging. And mindfulness is depicted by a white swan, which in our Vedic science depicts the power of discrimination. The power of discrimination is taken as the Vahana of my deity, my Chira Aradhya, Ma Saraswati. And this is what Ma Saraswati is all about. When you are to be mindful, you have to start with the power of discrimination. You have to be guided. You have to wear something which will show you external, internal purity. You have to be guided. Then you learn the rosary, which shows concentration and meditation, and the Veena, which shows the tune our mind and heart to live in perfect harmony with the world. Mindfulness is complete harmony with everything, whether this world or the other world, with body, without body. That doesn't matter to the mindful entity. Now let us make it as you have understood. Now people will understand more about cardiac and respiratory center problems. They will understand more of diabetes, more of hypertension, or more of obesity, but all this comes before mindfulness. If the mind is totally full with so many ideas and thoughts at the same time, what really happens is that you have an unsynchronized cardiac and respiratory center. Your mind is now going to have effect on the structure. For every function there is a structure, and for every structure there is a function, and they really sculpture each other. So before, if you have a lot of thoughts at the same time, very untamed, untrained thoughts, are useless, not useful thought, it is going to create havoc in your cardiac and respiratory centers. As a result of which there will be autonomic disbalance, not because you were born with autonomic disbalance, you did not know how to manage your own thoughts and your mind. No one taught us about it. And what you got when your autonomic disturbance started, because your mind was disturbed and it was not synchronized what it should have been, you got your insulin resistance, that is diabetes, your obesity and your blood pressure, and on the whole, a very bad body. Now, this bad body cannot have a beautiful mind, because Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Through a body, you are going to perform all your dharma. And what is dharma? Perfection in karma is known as dharma. So everything now, you are in a chaos. If your body doesn't work, your mind will be in chaos and you will lose everything. Now we come to the next step. If our body, and if we learn mindfulness, what's going to happen? You will have a very nice heart and respiratory synchronization. Once your brain, your heart, your lungs, they work properly, this is your balance. You can choose. You have a choice to excel. Choose. You can choose anything under the sun and you will have it, provided you have a choice. So what can be the choice of a person if you have such a wonderful mind with a body synchronized, staying in the present? It's your choice that matters now. So what are the goals in a life commonly seen? Either karma, if you might need pleasure. Okay, done, you get it. Because you will now, the choice is you will get pleasure from your body. If you choose artha, that is mine, you will take people around you and you'll do something, you'll get success. Pleasure and success are desire-driven paths. It's no question of which is good or bad. Whatever is your choice, you will get it. Then if your choice is dharma, when you take so many people and you do your duty, and this is called dharma. Then comes the fourth goal, very few people would ever think or imagine to get it, that is connecting with the infinity, that is moksha or liberation. Choice is yours. But once you have a mindfulness, anything you want from this I, mine, others connecting with, you will get it. And once you get it, this is a fundamental statement which we really should think about, is that we are kept from our goals not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. Suppose I can choose moksha, but I will choose pleasure from food, pleasure from prashansa, pleasure from money. It is my choice, my obstacles. So your choice, we are kept from our goal, not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. So you have to find out, once you have a mindfulness, whatever you want, you become an avatar. So whatever you want, you will get it. Be careful. So don't worry, when you are mindful, you'll make waves. Don't worry if you make waves simply by being yourself. The moon does it all the time. So when you become mindful, there will be ripples around you. Things will change. Don't worry about it. So last but not the least, do not be led by others. Awaken your own mind. Amass your own experience and decide for yourself your own path. Thank you so much for listening to me. Any question I would love to take.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful session. Guys, if you have any question, you can ask. But suggestion is you can also write that question in the chat box. If you want, one by one, we can do that. But right now, anybody have any question, you can ask upfront.
Am I audible? Can I ask a question?
Maya madam, namaskar madam.
Arpita, I do enjoy your sessions, and unfailingly, I am drawn to this. Whatever I'm doing, I drop it. And this, I think, sir is also accompanying me. which is a feather in my cap for me.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I just was pondering as you were saying, I was just pondering because I've heard it from you and from a lot of other people too. This being in the present moment, being aware. Like to me, it sounds like a concept, something theoretical. How should we translate that into practice in our daily lives? Brushing our teeth, getting ready, going to the hospital, doing my cooking, eating my breakfast. So where does this fit in, this being aware and living in the present moment?
Madam, living in the present moment is, suppose you are brushing your teeth. You should be in the brushing of teeth. You should be able to, I would say, filter the other thoughts, like going to hospital at that time. So wherever you are, madam, you have to be there. It's a practice. I will not take another thought where I am not there. So you are where your mind is, not your body is. So if you are brushing, madam, you have to brush.
That sounds very difficult. So
No,
that is the
madam,
path.
that is, madam, you have to practice it, madam. And the best way to practice it is with your breathing. You have to park your mind on your breath. So everyone should know the parking place of mind is breath, nowhere else. If anyone asks me where to park the most speediest vehicle under the sun, I would say on your breath, because breath itself is very, very, other than breath, wherever you park your mind, there will be, madam, there will be certain problem, but breath is the best place to park. Madam, just do it with me for a minute, you will see the difference. Close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you close all your information from outside.
Okay.
And sit straight with a mudra. I'll be talking about mudras. This is a Chinna mudras. So when I talk about mudras and its effect on brain, someday I will be taking mudras as a webinar. But now, madam, we can do a mudra, sit straight, close our eyes, and start breathing. Our mind should follow the breath, that is watching your breath. Bharpur Nishwas, Dhira and Gabhira. Each breath should be taken as if it is the last breath. The way Helen Keller said, each morsel should be taken as if you would lose your taste bud. Each touch should be given as if you will have no sensation after. The same way, the day we understand that each breath to be taken as if the second breath will never come, then we understand what is breathing. So the parking of mind is on the breath. This is the most important sentence one should remember. Where do I park my mind? I will park my mind on breath. If I cannot do, on the skill, on my hand, whatever skill I'm doing with my hand, we must know that yatha hasta tatha drishti. Yatha drishti tatha mana. Yatha mana tatha bhava. Yatha bhava tatha rasa. So if you want to enjoy if you want to park your mind in the best of the place, use your breath or on your skill. Suppose you're brushing, there you are brushing, you're cooking, there you are, you're cooking. So this is a very, 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 very old statement, but I do believe that your breath and your skillful hand, these are the two best places to park your mind.
Okay. So I think that's been quite simply explained, and somewhere I have got a clarity. I was a little confused about what this really meant, but by way of this example which you have given, your brushing teeth and cooking, etc., I think it's become a little clearer.
Yatha,
So
wherever
that's
your
not
hand,
that.
yatha hasto tatha drishti. Yatha drishti tatha mana. Yatha mana tatha bhava. Yatha bhava tatha rasa. You'll get rasa from anything, but provided this is the method.
Absolutely. Well,
Good
let's
evening,
hope I
ma'am.
start.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, good evening.
I just want to ask one thing. You
Yes.
just told that
Please introduce
whatever,
yourself.
yeah, what I just asked one thing in this and this deliberation of the speech, whatever we think that happen in our life, it's true.
Yes.
It can be elaborately explained on this topic. But I
We
want
will.
that people to be very positive in this way. If this is true, that if we'll be in a positive mode, then we can succeed everywhere. So in this, if you elaborate this thing, we can have something on this.
Okay, okay. I will elaborate in one of my webinars. We will talk about it. We will talk about
Yeah, right. Ma'am. Thank you.
it. Thank you so much.
And Arpita, I would like a webinar on the mudras. I'm a little confused there. Which
Madam,
one
where
to
is,
do for what?
Madam, I will do a webinar on mudras.
Okay, fine.
I will, Madam.
Ma'am, Siddhalingeshwara has question.
Yes.
Siddhalingeshwara, if you're there, you can ask directly.
Sir, good evening, sir. Madam, namaste, madam.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Madam, yes, madam. Namaste. Madam, you spoke about acceptance, madam. You told that we should accept the way it is, either it is a person or place or thing. Yes, madam. So in our workplace, madam, if we start accepting the way we will be treated, and the way the works have been given to us. So I have noticed in my previous places that the one who always accepts will be given more workload, and the one who ignores and the one who restricts his duties will always be given less workload. So how to handle this, madam?
So you say
Madam,
workload.
madam. Yes, madam. Madam, one question. First question, madam. Second question is, madam, if we look into some of the great people or great personalities, even Abdul Kalam ji and all, madam, they say that you have to dream first so as to become such. Whenever you dream, so you become. So you told that, I mean, through your session, I understood that I should always be in present. So if I say that I should be in the present, how can I dream? And if I don't dream, and how can I achieve my goal, madam?
So
That's a
now
very technical question.
it's so nice, so sweet question. Now let us take up one thing. Dream. You think
Yeah.
present means not dreaming. Okay.
Okay, madam. Yes, madam.
So for you, present means not dreaming. Okay.
Yes, madam. No, madam. Yeah, okay, madam. Present means like today morning, madam. When I get up, I understand, madam. Like keep being under the condition of mindfulness and mindfulness. I can understand the difference between both of those, madam. But as I get up, if I have to plan my activities for that day, and if I plan my activities for that particular month, and if I plan what do I do in this particular year, then I have
Very.
to go.
That's what I'm telling you, Sikalingeshwara. Once you
Yes,
have
madam.
given yourself a goal, that the planning is your
Yes,
goal. You
yes, madam.
cannot plan throughout the day. So planning, you have a
Okay,
time
okay.
for it. You need your head, you need a pen and paper, you need your skill, and you have to plan, and that gets over. So once you
Okay, okay,
plan
madam.
it, you have to think, rethink, and make it mindful. It's over. You have done it. So
Okay,
how
okay,
do
madam.
you prevent? How do you prevent yourself from this stage when you're full of things? Only when you plan. So if your planning is giving you an empty and it is helping you to be in present, then well and good. Do anything to enjoy your present. If planning is helping you, do it.
Okay, okay, madam. Yes, yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Ultimate is you
So
have to sit down.
okay, madam. Okay, okay. Yes, madam. And about my first question, madam. So, how to handle the acceptance at my workplace if I am being given more works in comparison to those who
What
neglect? Yes, madam.
what just a minute. What I have understood about work from physics is equal to force into displacement. Yes. Sitalinga, you are a
Yes,
physics
madam.
person.
Yeah.
So if you are doing something, work is only possible if it is work only if you are doing something with force. So you don't want to do it. Then only it becomes a work. So when someone, when you enjoy your work, I don't think when you don't have force in it, I think work becomes zero. When force is zero, work is zero. So it seems as if you're not enjoying it. And remember, you will be given more and more work till you enjoy it. So it's better.
Okay.
The day you enjoy,
Yes, madam.
the work will be zero.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Thank you, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. The next question is
Yes.
from Samar Mahapatra. He is asking something on, you mentioned that with awareness, breathing, mind can be brought to present moment. So can breathe change karma?
Yes, if karma is perfection. Karma, when you are karma, what do you mean by karma? Body-mind management and synchrony and harmonious with universe. That's the best karma, to be synchrony. Yes, you change your breath, you change your vibration, and you change the whole universe. Because in universe starts from you, and you culminate in universe. So everything starts. Your universe is you yourself, and your vibration has to be very synchronized with it. You just do it, and these are not theoretical classes. You have to be. I mean, you have to really be in it. Your breath is your alphabet of karma. From your breath, from your melody of breath, emerges your karma. Because your breath makes your mind. If the mind is a kite, breath is the thread that flies it.
Yeah, thank you. So my just want to ask, so can it also cancel prarabdha karma, or it is only sanchita karma it can cancel?
Mansoor, where are you?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Tell me.
No, so my question was something to do with the racing thoughts. So I've kind of struggled in the past related to this as well.
Yeah.
And I know that I kind of, because it bothered me and it concerned me so much, I even did a bit of research, and I know it kind of directs you to meditate, but I tried a lot, and it just never used to diminish or vanish at all. Always something which is not under your control, it just keeps on running at the back of your mind. So I was really not sure. I felt this problem. I'm not sure whether the question is related to the topic, but I
No,
felt
this is very much related. I can tell you my experiences as a physiologist, as a neurophysiologist, as a doctor, as a practitioner of Vedic science. What I have seen in my life. See how many breaths you take per minute. It ranges from, say, if you count it per minute, hardly you ever know how many breaths you are taking per minute. Normally it is 12 to 14. Like you see, if I ask you how many liter your petrol, how much petrol does your vehicle uses, you will say, 1 liter it takes 22 kilometers. You are so sure about it, but you do not know how much breath you are taking per minute. So one thing I can tell you, dear Mansoor, is that if you decrease your breath, your mind vanishes. And I have seen my mind vanish if I breathe 2 to 3 per minute. You cannot think beyond it. To sustain a mind, you need breath. So if you increase your breath and you increase your rate of breath, you will see your mind also is also ignited accordingly. If you want to play with your mind, you want to see the speed as well as its slowness, just play with your breath. Decrease your breath, you will see your mind will vanish. I have seen 2 to 3 per minute, slowly, steadily you breathe as if it is your last breath and you are enjoying it. You will see there is no mindy at all. It's my personal thing.
sure.
Try it.
Thank you. No, I will.
Decrease your breath.
Oh, so
breathing
it's
rate.
basically decreasing it, decrease and kind of take long breaths. That's what you mean, I
Decrease.
believe.
How will you decrease it? Suppose you are taking 12 to 14 breaths per minute. That shows your vehicle is giving, your vehicle is in trouble. It should take less petrol. So decrease it to even 1 to 2 per minute, and you see there's no mind at all.
Okay, okay. Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Did you enjoy it? Was it of any benefit to you?
Yeah, I kind of joined 30 minutes early. I timed it really bad. For me, I thought it's 7:30. I joined at 6:30 India time, and then got confused a bit. So I missed a few
No,
words, I guess, probably. But
never
it was
mind.
good, helpful. It was helpful, yes.
Oh, okay.
Arpita madam, good evening.
Good evening, dear. Good evening.
Okay. As a physiologist, you told that to decrease the breath rate, normally it is 12 to 14. But can we decrease in all time 24 hours or some time only we have to practice with decrease our breathing to make our mind calm? So,
It's totally up to you. When you are not in now, that shows your mind is in chaos. You can practice anywhere, everywhere. And to enjoy now, you have to see, staying in now is as if you are in heaven. So if you're
but
losing your
decreasing,
heaven seat, if you're losing
but
your heavenly,
decreasing,
yes.
yes. But decreasing the breath to such a extent, it will not affect our other physiological
No,
functions.
no, no, never, madam, never, Nirupama, madam, my chemistry professor, never, nothing will happen if you decrease no vehicle will be harmed if it takes less petrol. It will be efficient.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. We'll practice.
Well,
It's very difficult.
no, it's very easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy. I will teach you, Niru, I will teach you.
Yes, you tell. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry if I can ask just one.
Yes.
It's in continuation. So if we
Yes.
talk about decreasing the breath, does it mean that we hold our breath for a while or just kind of take long breaths in continuation?
But now you see when you're taking 14 per minute, so it's almost 5 seconds you are using per one breath. Just increase your breath to say 20 seconds. What is one breath? Taking, keeping, and leaving. That is one breath.
Okay.
So take for that's a biofeedback mechanism even to control your blood pressure, your diabetes, everything. Everything is breath. If you take more breath, that shows you will be giving more free radicals and you'll be aging very fast. The lesser you breathe, the more longevity you have. If you see a tortoise who lives for 150 years, it's because it breathes very slow. You see a rat or a mouse which dies within 2 years, it's because it breathes very fast, 50 to 60 per minute. So lesser you breathe, lesser rate you breathe, your longevity increases.
Sure. Yeah, I've kind of practiced while we speak, so
Yes.
I'll practice more.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you.
Welcome, dear. Welcome.
And that exactly is pranayama.
Pranayama has variety of purposes for prana. Prana, when taken in varieties of niyama, is pranayama. So breathing slow is not pranayama. It is a part of pranayama. When you do some for purpose, suppose you are doing what you call any pranayama, say Surya Nadi, or you are doing a Chandra Nadi, or you are doing anything you are doing. It is for a purpose. It has medicinal value. You can't do it like I have to do all the pranayama at a time. No, what you need, you can't put all the fuel at a time. You have to, what you need, diesel or petrol for a particular purpose. You should know. So pranayama has medicinal value. Just learning it and just doing it 1, 2, 3, that's not the way one should use. You should know the medicinal value and use it for that purpose.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Binu madam.
Ma'am, Silu here, Anil here.
Yes.
I have a question. I want to ask you.
Tell me.
Ma'am, when we'll have a highest phase of emotions, like we reach to a level of emotions, and that time, you don't have any control on your mind, and you become very vocal that time. When you have a house, or sometimes you are very mute that time, we don't speak anything. In that scenario, if I'll control my breath, or will I put my, can I draw my attention on breathing, or if I could able to do that?
You must be able to understand that when you are in emotional level, you are not in the wise brain category. There are three mind: combination of logical mind and emotional mind. If you intersect it in your set theory, the middle is your wise mind. So if you are totally emotional and less logical, God save you, go through the karmic cycle, you have to face it. So before going to vocal or whatever, first you must know, before your speech starts, you must know where you are in your mind. That is wisdom. Making a good combination or a cocktail of a logical and emotional mind is a wise mind. That is a mindful mind.
Yeah. So the continuation is when you have that kind of situation. So my question is, when you will hold your breath, or when you will put your mind to breathe or breathe slowly, is that harm you somewhere, that you suddenly you're coming from?
See, if you are a practitioner, if you have practiced mindfulness, you will never ever have such kind of situation in your life. Never.
Yeah. So that's why
Never.
the bottom line of the story is you have to be a good practitioner for this.
Yes. Yes. No one can teach you. No one. No theory will help you. Go on practicing. Go on practicing to park your mind on your breath. Go on practicing.
Yeah, actually, it happens in day-to-day life. When you do meditate, or you are in that kind of mood, you cannot be vocal that time, because
Yes.
your
You will
system is coordinating with your breath.
to speak a sentence, you need words, and words has to be created. If the words are not there, you cannot speak a sentence. So in deep meditation or around meditative time, you cannot speak anything. You just smile.
Yeah.
Okay, are we done?
Yes, ma'am. We're done. Guys, we will
Any
wind up
questions?
the
Hello, Arpita ji. Hello,
Boliye,
Arpita ji.
boliye.
I have a question.
Yes, dear. Yes, Madhura.
I have a question. Like as you said, if we are mindful, like if our mind is in past or in future, we
Yes.
can. The side effects are like hypertension, diabetes. But suppose if we start practicing mindfulness, do
Yes.
all this will reverse?
See, once the structure has been destroyed, see, as long as the structure of your body has not been destroyed, everything will reverse. Once the
Okay.
structure has been destroyed, it will take time. Even grace, and I do not know, maybe reverse, may not be reverse, but once your habits, behavior has spoiled this beautiful body, even these insulin, they come from beta cells. That's a structure. You have
Okay.
spoiled it because of guilt, regret, grievance, sadness, bitterness, non-forgiveness. You have done it to yourself, and that has been reflected at the structural level. So it will take more time.
Okay.
Before structural
Okay.
changes happen, realize it. No, I'm not going to change the structure of this beautiful body, which can lead me to more and more, I would say, more and more joy of living, and not have an idea of dying. We don't get bored. You
Okay.
should not get bored with life.
Got it. Got it. I'm truly blessed to have this, be a part of this powerful session. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I'm so glad that you like it, and we are doing it And I'm also enjoying your company, Madhura. I'm also enjoying your company.
I just love it. Whenever the webinar is there, I'm there.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It was a wonderful session. Thank you, madam. So very soon we'll upload this in the YouTube. We can follow it, guys, also. Okay. Thank
God
you
bless
for
you.
being here.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Yeah. Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gitu. Thank you. बहुत बढ़िया. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It's very
May God
nice.
bless you. May God bless you.
Thank you, Arpita ji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome. Bye-bye.